What's up, everybody? It's Bobo here, bringing you another video from this 2x Void Shard event. I figure I'd go back in on another one of my accounts and, see if I can get lucky. So, let's see what we can get. Alright, Jimbo the Dishonored. He is a very good champion. He has his A1 is attack enemy 2 times. Each hit steals an increased attack buff. Each hit also has a 30% chance of stealing a random buff. Attacks all enemies, has an 80% chance of increasing the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. This effect cannot be resisted on critical hits. So that means you definitely want to get them up to 100% crit cap. Place a 30% increased crit rate buff and a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 3 turns, then grants an extra turn. Okay, we can book that down to 4 on a 4 turn. Immune to decreased attack buffs, will ignore unkillable buffs when attacking under an increased attack. And he has the increased speed in arena battles by 20%. This guy is also good, I hear. He attacks one enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 30% chance of placing a leech buff for 2 turns. The second hit has a 30% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction. Nice. Places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn. Attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 15%, has a 50% chance of placing a stun buff on all enemies for 1 turn. And then his passive is whenever an ally is attacked, fills his champion's turn meter by 5% once per attacked ally. Nice. And I haven't seen this guy, but I'm not too much of a fan of them when they just recycle the same champions and just change their color. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken, so he's got a weaken. Attacks all enemy, increase the cooldown of all of the skills on each enemy by 1 turn. Okay. Attacks 4 times at random, has a 75% chance of placing block buffs for 2 turns. You can book that down to a 4 turn. And then his auras increase ally HP in all battles by 25%. I'm pretty sure this guy right here is a Mikage piece. Not really 100% sure on that, but I know on my Mikage, on my main account, there's a guy that looks a lot like him that I'm missing to finish building her. Oh, we got another Jimbo. Painkeeper, really good for building. I'm pretty sure it's the unkillable team. Alright, last pool. Let's go. Let's see some gold. Let's see some gold pop up here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Got Whisper. Gotta love Whisper. At least it wasn't a go for nothing. She is a really solid, nuker. Diana is also a solid nuker. I mean, both of them hit really, really hard. She hits really, really hard. And she's got the ally attack. But this is probably one of the hardest single hitting nukers in the game. So happy I got her. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm on my other account, and let's go ahead and get some more pulls in. We'll go ahead and do these little couple singles first. Okay. Nothing to call mom about. Oh! Don't know who that is. Alright. Got a cold heart and a pain keeper. I've never used this girl, but I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but Cobb has said that he likes this girl, if I do believe. I might be thinking of somebody else. Let's check this guy out. Okay. Attacks one enemies, transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target. Also has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for one turn. Okay, so he's got stun. He's got to block active skills, block buffs. Okay. Decrease accuracy, decrease crit damage, and strengthen. And that's an attack all enemies 2 times. The first hit has a 80% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. Nice. And you can book that up to 100% chance on a 4 turn. What's his passive? This champion is immune to fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, and petrification. That's his passive effect. His active effect: at the end of each enemy or ally turn, removes all fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, and petrification buffs from all allies, and places a block debuffs for 1 turn on allies who have debuffs removed. Okay. Alright, so, I mean that... Okay. And I needed this guy. Let's get another piece of gold, baby. Come on. Come on, give me some gold. Give me somebody good. I would love to get Odin. Okay. Ursula the Mourned. And I forgot when you tap on it, it does that. Oh well. Ursula the Mourned. If I'm not mistaken, somebody said that she got a buff sometime in the last couple months. Again, might be somebody else. I'm fairly new to all this, as you guys are, which is why I'm more focusing on early game rather than end game. Attack one enemy has a 40% chance of decreasing all target turn meter by 10%. Okay. Attacks all enemies has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack buff for 2 turns. Also places a 50% increase attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. revives all dead allies with 75% HP and fills their turn meter by 50%. Also places a 60% increased defense buff and a 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 3 turns. Nice, but it's on a fucking 5-turn cooldown. What's up with these like crazy long cooldowns, Plarium? Okay, and she brings a 24% speed boost in Doom Tower. So to be somebody I can use later on. This guy right here is really solid for a rare. I'm going to go ahead and book him immediately. But he attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 20% chance of placing a 25% decreased attack buff for 2 turns. Heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. Also places a 30% increased defense buff. Revives 2 random allies with 25% HP and 25% turn meter. Not a real fan of the only 25% HP, but he also places a shield on them, which is equal to 20% of their max HP. And then you can get a speed and faction crypts by 15% on them. Alright, let's get back into this, people. It's on another one of my accounts. Okay, I got Diane again. Who is this guy? Ugh. Yeah. Glade Wolf's also really good. This is one of, I think, his best moves personally. He attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed for 2 turns. Love that ability. Let's get some gold in here. Don't tell me I used all my good luck up on my other accounts. It's the last pull. Okay. Come on. Come on. She's a really solid champion. Attack one enemy has a 40% chance of placing a provoked buff. For 1 turn. That's cool because it's every hit she has that chance, and you can, you know, book that up. Removes all debuffs from this champion and a single target ally. Places a 50% ally protection, strengthen and increase attack, and fills the turn meter of this champion by 15%. Attacks all enemies, has an 80% chance of placing a 25% weaken buff for 2 turns. Also has a 40% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. And their passive, whenever an enemy attacks this champion, heals all allies by 10% of their max HP and fills their turn meter by 10% whenever an enemy attacks this champion. Also places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 1 turn. Wow. And you can book that down to a 1 turn. To a 1 turn. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get that booked up now, people, while we're here, so we don't forget about that later. I ended up grabbing some decent champions on this account. See if we can get this last ability. Okay, so I need one more there and two more there, so let's try 3. They all went to the fucking first one. Let's try 3 again. Okay, I know it went to the second one. Boom, she's booked. Yeah, I don't really need this one. I mean, sure, I could probably go for the extra buff chance, because then that would give me a 60% chance every time she does that to land a provoke. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Then that does give me the 60% chance to land a provoke every time she uses it. Well, that is all my accounts, people. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like, subscribe, show up later. You know, might have more. Hopefully with this, I should be a few pieces away from, you know, my champion chase. Right there, so I'll get that. That's fine. And then I got these. It's 5, 10. If I get that one, that's 15. I already got that one. If I can get that one, that's 20. No. Probably gonna fall short on this account, but that's okay. They'll be in there. They'll be in there for later. But like I said, I hope everybody out there has a great day. I look forward to these changing. I'm hoping they bring Wixwell back sometime. I really need to get a Wixwell. But I hope everybody has a good day. I send all my prayers and blessings with you guys. And look forward to seeing you in my next video. So, see you then.